The strategies of war are such an entertaining, like, actual thing, actual factor to be able to see. And in this specific episode, right, we know that Soma has essentially declared war on the two dukedoms, right? On Duke Carmine and the other Duke of the Air Force. We know that he has basically declared war, not because he wanted to get them both on his side, much like he did our grandma Duke, much like he got her on his side. He wanted to get the other two because obviously that's his army military and that's his Air Force military. He wanted to get them both on his side, but they both, one, Carmine is very, very hard-headed, so he just said absolutely not. And the other wants Soma to prove himself. Well, in watching this episode, a lot of things ended up happening. So one, he sent the Duchess over to Alameda, something like that. He sent her over that way because the other invading country is trying to invade one of his areas of bases where he has civil war happening. And right before we kind of ended, the Duke's Air Force is coming in right on time, as they have ran out of time in that area specifically. But before that happens, we need to get the backstory on why is the Air Force heading there. And what Soma decided to do to go and invade the Air Force is they have completely cleared out their city, their people. The only thing that remains in that Red Dragon city is just the Vargas family, which is the Duke's family, and the operators of the dragons that encompass his Air Force. Well, Soma decided to get his big ship, I think it's called Albert, which is basically his big military ship, his sea ship, and he decided to put wheels on it and put it on land to go invade. Well, as he did that, Vargas sent his daughter to go and attack the ship because the ship had began attacking, and Soma was controlling it with his shadow magic, which I thought, like, effing dope. He was controlling with his shadow magic. He sends her there. They go and send and basically try and disrupt the ship. They finally are able to take it to a point. They're able to take it out. And when they do that, they realize that there was only one person on the ship, which was his puppet magic, his shadow magic. And his daughter immediately puts two and two together, realizing, oh shit, like, this was not their core attack. Their core attack's happening outside. I gotta go back to daddy now, because Soma's about to take him over. So we can all put two and two together and really think that, okay, what Soma did was use the Elber ship as a distraction, and now he's going to go attack the Duke directly to get him on his side. And I was like, hell yeah, let's go. And this just all kind of ends up being like the strategies of war that Soma's doing. He has like these three individual plans going on. He has one to overcome the civil war going on in the city. He has another to figure out on his counterattack to them being invaded. And then his third one was, getting the Air Force on his side. He has like these different attacks. He has his Forbidden Army here. He has the ship here. And he has a separate attack, which we'll find out next episode, on how he's taking over the Duke Vargas's palace, the Red Dragon place. So it's all extremely interesting, but at the end of the day, it all comes back to really being like, these are the strategies of war. And this is what I really enjoy watching about the anime so much, is the fact that, we get to see Soma obviously rebuild the kingdom, quote unquote. And we get to see him do it from like an intelligent and kind of like perspective of how he decided to do everything very strategically, step by step. And now that he's having to have war internally, so he can get the full support of all of his kingdom on his side, we're now seeing him put his different chess pieces together. So in that way, he can basically reclaim his knight, reclaim his rook. So that way he can have a full chessboard to go to war with the surrounding countries that he's going to have to go to war inevitably with. And this serves for two things. It serves for, one, getting a united front and united kingdom and making sure that his military, his army, his air force, his naval is all on one section. They're all in support of him unequivocally, without any feint of betrayal. He needs to snuff out all of the corrupt nobles that he has in his kingdom, so that they can't erect another civil war later down the line. And then he has to go and take on the surrounding kingdoms once he has all of that. And I just love seeing him, it's really playing like 4D chess. Like, he's really, doing all these things. And I love being able to see it, witness it, and be a part of it. That's what I really love about this anime so much, is that they go into all these like details that others just don't go. Now, what I didn't like about this episode was one of the things that I wanted to see was the actual war happening. And they did a very cost-effective, cheap thing that a lot of animes do. And, this one the anime, I think, is beautifully animated. I think the characters have a lot of detail. The world has a lot of detail. But one of the corners that they cut here was having those still images. So I hate when you have a still image. So if I have my Yamper here, right? So here's my Yamper. He's like about to attack, right? Just let me get a little feet. But then we put like moving swishes, above him and below him. But he's not moving. You're just like, he's attacking. And then you put swishes here. Like, I hate that. It's just so cheap. And they did that as they were protecting their base. They did that for like, I think there was like 8 still images that they did that. And I was like, man, that really sucks. 'Cause I want to actually see them like, charge into war, take on the cannons, and do all that. But instead, all we got was these cheap still images. And then we made our way back. And I just was like, oh man, that really sucks. Like, it's a cheap way out. I get that this is not the focus of the anime. The focus of the anime is very like, it's supposed to get you thinking, and it's supposed to get your mind working, it's supposed to get your hamster upstairs moving. And this is more of an intellectual anime versus like action anime. But, I was still hoping that when we got to these scenes, and it was only like maybe like a 90-second scene that they would have had to animate. I was hoping that we were able to see that. And I'm a little disappointed in that, but overall, it's probably my only real big nitpick on this episode. And really with the series, because they've done it before, but it's never been this obvious to me, at least before. So that's kind of my thoughts overall. Overall, though, I'm very excited for next week's episode. I can't wait to see on him overcoming the Duke Vargas, and I can't wait to see him overcome Duke Carmine. And then I want to see them launch that counterattack towards the invading army when they have them come in. It's going to be very exciting. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about this episode, about my thoughts. Let me know what your favorite part was. Let me know if you guys agree with the whole still image stuff. And let me know what you guys are expecting as we move forward into the last couple episodes of the season. Overall, though, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you guys being here each and every week. Make sure you guys show us some love with the big old like. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. And check out our full reaction videos right here. Boop. There it is. So make sure you guys check that out as well. I would appreciate if you guys go and check out a reaction if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace out, friends.